Alongside my partner Quaddy, I am J-Man.
Yeah, pulse, bro.
And last time, okay, let's check it. Hold on, I'll go here with the neck route. I feel something.
Isn't there one under your penis?
Good. Yeah, we are alive, ladies and gentlemen. Most of you out there, probably the loyal viewers,
Thank you.
Don't take the rope off the tree. Take the bullets out of the gun.
Hey.
It's all good. You're not losing your pulse. You're not losing your fix. It's okay, guys. It's all good. Okay? It's all good. We're here. The reason we weren't here for the Hell in a Cell review, one, suck dick. So why should we talk about it?
No, suck dick was like an understatement. Like, sucked like camel dick.
Shuck some corn.
Shuck some corn.
Dick. Shuck some corn, dick.
Corn, dick.
We did the video for some reason. Pretty good fucking video too. Went to edit it. No sound. We have a microphone on top of the camera that we use and we plug into the back.
We used to.
Makes it sound better. We used to, obviously. It probably sounds a little different to you guys. BDJP thinks it sounds like shit. I don't think it sounds too bad. You guys could be the judge of that. It sounds different to everybody. Depends on what speakers sound like or listening to headphones or whatever the fuck you're doing. On your telly, yeah. All the newfangled technology and shit. Face talk time, fucking chap snatting, fucking whatever. I don't even know what I'm talking about.
FaceTime.
Yeah, so it probably sounds different. That's because we had to take that away because as I told my Faja, the batteries will fucking die in that if you leave the goddamn camera on. Yeah, so the batteries died. It was a very faint fucking whisper when we were loud on it, so there was no even reason trying to work on it. Probably could have did a little better job explaining that to you instead of waiting like a week after that. But, you know, we're lazy, so that's what we do.
Not necessarily lazy, but working man.
Working man. Yeah. Working man. So, yeah, sorry about that. I know you guys just could not wait to hear our amazing fucking analysis on that wonderful show.
Just watch Blackout Ground again.
Here you go. 5-second review. What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of Pro Wrestling Pulse. In this edition, we're going to be doing our WWE Hell in a Cell 2013 review. Suck dick. Thanks for watching. This is a Battleground. Oh, wait, wrong show. So yeah, sorry about that, but suck dick if you guys wanted to know. There's your review.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
You want to go over it real quick?
Shit. Decent.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
That was actually half decent.
True. That was okay. End of the story is nothing special.
Pretty much just to wrap this up, we had shit, Punk and Heyman, no cap. Shit,
John Cena won the world title. You have to mention that.
Shawn Michaels maybe to set up his road to WrestleMania.
We'll get to that. And as you can tell by the title, we are doing a Pulse Topix show. What? Huh?
Yes!
That shit exists?
Yes!
Yes, it does exist. Because it's right fucking now. And as you can tell, this one's going to be a big one, judging by the title and how broad it is.
And probably right here, that timetable.
They have the title below the video, too, now. They don't have them up down. They have them down here now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking the old layout.
Pro Wrestling Pulse. Oh, wait, no, what is it? It's Pulse Topix, and then it's something...
TNA, Ring of Honor.
Yeah, whatever it is.
So the time would probably be right in front of... Right where my penis is. So
yeah,
right there.
That's a lot. That's a lot of time.
Good God.
Be prepared for that.
Get your pistachios and your Coke.
Ooh, too soon. What is this, a fucking Q&A? What? I shouldn't say that. And then we'll put it up like next fucking December or something.
We'll put it up on a road to something.
Ooh, what? Oh, sweet Jesus. Yeah, so it's a very broad show here. We're going to get it all out and there you go. Throw out everything that you guys are probably curious about. We're just going to take the entire wrestling industry and put it all in a blender and there you go. You got a Pro Wrestling Pulse shake for you. Part of everyday diet. Heart healthy. Hickory. We're going to start out With Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, or if you want to call it Impact Wrestling, we like to call it Total Nonstop Action.
We like to call it fucking crap on Thursday.
That too.
And Pac-Man Jones is back.
Let's not talk about that. I actually haven't even seen this past season of Impact yet. After he told me that, don't want to see it.
Oh, I do. I just want to see how the crap was.
Horrible. We're just kind of free reign this. We're just gonna fucking open discussion based kind of little thing, round table, fucking whatever we want to talk about. We'll talk about. You'll get a clue on basically what we do when we just sit down and talk to each other about random shit. This is gonna be right here. J-Man and Quaddy, sit down and talk about wrestling.
This is how we usually do our shows, though, too.
Yeah, this is just a lot more formal. Normally, it's just watching a rerun or watching as we just were fucking SmackDown on DVR or whatever.
No, SmackDown was Saturday Night last
Sitting on the recliner, but no, we're just more formal, sitting on a table with lights on.
Lights and the camera.
Yeah. Pretty faces, pretty mugs all over it.
Fake mugs are nice.
So I guess first thing we can get to is obviously AJ Styles, the TNA World Champion. The big thing they're doing here, basically doing what they did with CM Punk. WWE were trying to do with CM Punk back a couple years ago, obviously. In 2011, after Money in the Bank, they had him take a break and basically say he's taking the title with him. Same lines here.
But they're doing it the right way, where he's going to actually go around and
where he's actually going to defend the championship in Mexico, in Japan, in different countries. So that's fucking awesome.
He's not just going to go to Comic-Con and just
exactly, which they could have made that a lot. And everybody always says how they could have made that Punk storyline much better if they had waited.
I don't think Punk won that much time off though.
Punk honestly, he wanted to do the same thing that they're doing here. He wanted to go defend it everywhere, but I don't think WWE want to take a WWE championship to Ring of Honor or something and have it. Even though we'd be shitting ourselves.
Hold on. Fucking Ring of Honor guys. Who's that? What's that company?
What? We'll get to that too. What? We're gonna talk about Ring of Honor? Is that shit in here? Right down there.
We had Nexus guys Ring of Honor guys sitting down in the NXT fucking roster with their finger up their butt. So what's that?
Nexus? What is it? 2005? 10?
What is it? What's fucking the company down in Florida?
NXT. You said Nexus.
Oh,
Nexus.
That's who I'm facing in football this week. Some fucking goofball named his fantasy football team Nexus. And I go, yeah, Nexus. N-E-X. Nexus.
Oh my god, like wrestling?
Yeah, it has a fucking... I go, you're gonna die, just like the fucking faction did. And then he had, what was it, Greg Jennings last night for 1.20.
Good call.
Points.
Had me some Garcon. I was gonna make... I was like, should I go T.Y. Hilton against the Rams, or should I just stick with Garcon? He had like 7 catches for like 140 yards last week. We'll fucking stick with it. Good call. Told Kawhi to pick up some RG Thrice. Good pickup.
Yeah, fuck you, Aaron.
He got hurt. That's gonna hurt Eddie Lacy. Yes, so...
And Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, everybody else on that team. So yeah, they're having...
Brett Favre come back. Go ahead.
No, let's not say that. So they're having AJ rolling around here, having him leave the company, and
this
Dixie,
is how really our conversations really go.
It is. It goes so off fucking topic. We'll end up talking about something completely random. And having Dixie start this tournament, 8-man tournament. They got like Joe,
Angle's in there,
Hardy, Aries, Sabin, Magnus, Angle, James Storm. What the fuck else am I missing?
Root in there?
Root's in there. Root and Aries. Root and Aries are in there. So a lot of star-studded names in there in that tournament. It's an interesting idea. Obviously, they just completely stole it from WWE when they did it. They have Dixie trying to play Stephanie McMahon, which goddamn fails epically. It's like fucking shit that comes out of Stephanie's Dixie Carter. Basically. Because there's nothing that can compare it to... I know it's $1 Million Princess, but... Just the way Stephanie handles herself and the way she can run a company. It works, yeah. It's like fucking night and day compared to the shit we watched Dixie. Hey, we didn't get to see that fucking epic heel turn by Dixie. Oh, yeah, epic. God, that was fucking shit in the water. Shit in water. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Pretty much. Just manure. Shit. Yep, just manure all over the place. Pretty much. So I love that idea. Just having AJ go around like that, it fits well. I believe Jeff Jarrett is one of the biggest... keys in having this all go down. He's already got title defenses set up in Mexico, and I think he's going to Japan and Wrestle One or some shit, doing something. So he's got numerous dates set up. They keep him off TV. Like I said, I haven't seen Impact this week, so I don't know if they talked anything about that. But they're obviously going to be rolling with this tournament, going with that, and obviously crown a new Dixie will crown a new champion or whatever. It'll be a heel, that's obvious, to set up something that'll end up happening with AJ. The way that I heard they were going to kind of do with Dixie, what Dixie was saying is AJ Styles is not part of the company anymore, so it's kind of going to go hopefully underneath the rug and where people just completely forget about it. And,
oh, we're going to get a new champion, and then maybe they'll do something like where AJ returns somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping it's after like the first year where we have some time where we can actually see how this goes.
Yeah.
Just not force something down our throats where we really don't want to see it, like they kind of did with WWE. It'd be interesting to see who comes out of this. I hope it's somebody that's actually worthwhile seeing first AJ, but I kind of want to see AJ come back with somebody like a Jarrett, or come back with some of the guys he kind of defended against and be like, hey, this is who I'm coming with. If you don't want me with them, you don't get me at all. Kind of get a new face in the company too would be really smart too.
Yeah, which is I think it's a fresh idea in the sense that they stole it, but it's still fresh to them and like how they're gonna do it. And I think execute it the right way. And if they have them out for a while, I think it'd be cool if they just show like maybe some like kind of candid footage of something or showing him over there doing some stuff. It makes it feel more bigger, because obviously the shows that he's going to be going to are going to be bigger than any TNA show. Shows in Mexico and shows in Japan are fucking huge, and tons of people flock to those shows because of the tradition that wrestling is in those kind of countries. So I mean, having something like that would just be amazing for that company to be there. And I know Jarrett has had a huge relationship with Mexico and AAA and stuff like that. So bringing him in there, doing that, they're going to crown a new champion while he's gone. Bring him in, and you could easily set up something going down there where you do a champion kind of thing, which is what they did with Cena. Having Cena win the fake championship when Punk was still champion when he was out, and then they had the champion match at SummerSlam. So it's the same fucking thing.
And it seems like they have to do some of these fresh ideas with the company being on sale for sale.
Exactly.
Because they have to do something that will spark somebody's interest in buying this.
Yeah.
Because if you just keep doing the same shit over and over in the fucking Force side and fucking washed up WWE guys with Hogan and fucking Bullet Ray and Taz and fucking Kenny and all that shit, nobody wants to buy that. Nobody wants to touch that. Everybody just wants to get the fuck away from it. It's like a bomb.
Yeah.
It's getting ready to explode. If somebody doesn't fucking kill the bomb, his company may just blow up underneath Dixie. The way Dixie runs it, the way Dixie fucking... I hear the way Dixie treats people is like dog shit. Fucking... I'm sorry, but if your daddy bought the company and handed it to you, you have to know something about wrestling. You can't just say, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to change this, and I'm going to bring in these guys, because people want to see Hogan in 2013. People want to... Sting's an exception, because Sting fucking can still go. Hogan had so many surgeries, he fucking...
Can't walk.
He can't even walk straight. Fucking... Nobody wants to see Bullet Ray. It's not ECW. Nobody wants to see Anderson. Nobody wants to see fucking Taz. Nobody wants to see half these guys on this roster. We just have to.
Yeah.
Because we have to take the good with the bad. And that's what this company's coming to. And that's what a lot of these companies are coming to. You gotta take the good with the bad, because we're getting shit that we don't want to deal with, but they just keep giving it to us, and we can't turn it off, because if we turn it off, we may see something interesting, like with Bad Influence, or Little Rude and Angle, or Angle and Aries, or shit like that. So
yeah, and I think, and as Quaddy mentioned, the next 6 months for TNA is going to be huge, because with the talk of this, obviously TNA being up for sale, there's been tons of talk of people vying to buy it out and what's going to happen. There's different TV fucking networks and shit vying for it or whatever. There's still talk WWE could still buy it out, and there's still talk of Billy Corgan, which is so fucking random. The lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins, who owns his own wrestling company, been a huge wrestling fan for a very long time. He's huge in made appearances at ECW and shit like that. So. He supposedly has a very wealthy friend or something that is going in and trying to, buy out TNA. So it's going to be really, really crucial time, and possibly some of the most crucial time in TNA's history coming up here, because it's so delicate and fragile with what can be going down here. If the right steps aren't taken, it's just like, carrying something, breakable down a flight of stairs. You need to be careful with it, or if you fumble and fuck something up, it's all falling down and that shit's breaking. So... you have to be fragile with this transition period with what's going on here, because it was in shit, and now there's talk of possibly a brighter future or something if it gets bought out and changes get made, and we get some of that, as Quaddy said, all that bullshit that we don't want to see anymore out of the way. Stuff could change for the better, but you have to be very, very delicate with how you handle this and what goes down here. And I think Jeff Jarrett is a key to what's going to be happening, in the next 6 months, because this is his baby. This is his creation with Jerry Jarrett, his dad. So I think he doesn't want to see it go to the wayside and something, bad happen to the company that he, was so key, important, especially with, helping a guy like AJ Styles out. Now he's in the position as champion. So, I mean, there's obviously a lot of Jeff Jarrett influence things going on right here. A lot of talk of, he was big with wanting to do stuff with Root and Angle going on. So,
Is Jerry still alive?
Jerry, yeah, he's the one that had the interview talking shit on Dixie because she's a fucking idiot.
That would be interesting to see if they revive him.
Yeah, I mean, there's still partial. I don't know.
There's so many names on this list, but we have to get something new because if it continues in the next 6 months, a year, like Jerry said, in the next 2 years, it's gonna be out of business, and you're gonna have all this talent just sitting there, sitting on their hands. Some of them are gonna find jobs. Some of them are just gonna realize, hey, wrestling's not for me.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to. You can't continue the path that you're going, but you can't stray too far from the path to where it starts to get sketchy.
It's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, it starts to get sketchy, and you don't have a stability. You need to just get away from this and find a stable ground. Find something that is going to make sense, is a lot more fluid than what's going on right now.
Cut some of the ties that you don't need anymore.
I mean, you're talking about going back to Universal Studios and stuff to cut budget. I got some budget ideas. Get rid of half your fucking roster, for one. Get rid of all the money you're throwing to Hulk Hogan if he's still getting paid for shit. You got fucking half your roster that's complete bullshit that came in here. The Robbie E's, the Robbie T's, the fucking idiots like that. I mean, you don't need any of that shit. Go do what TNA did a long time ago when they first started. Where did you get guys that are your world champion right now like AJ Styles? Where'd you get guys like Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe and Austin Aries, those kind of guys? Where'd you get those guys at? You start fucking looking at the, WWE's not. I mean, there's some parts where they look at, obviously the independent scene and, they'll snag people here and there. And then they'll take guys and say they don't know how to wrestle and have them sit on their ass for 2 years. Chris Hero. So, I mean, you have shit like that,
I'm kind of curious to see if that's why they're letting AJ Styles just kind of go with the title.
Basically.
If they're going to go like Mexico and bring up some of the guys from there, or Japan, maybe like a Caval or Caval, Low Key or like a Kenta or some people over in Japan where you have guys that can fucking just go.
Yeah, I mean you have so much other people in PWG and Ring of Honor that you could start looking at. I mean, start signing those motherfuckers. I mean, you look at what happened with Austin Aries. Austin Aries came straight from Ring of Honor. He was on top of the world and world champion within like a fucking year. I mean, and people loved him. So I mean, just look where that shit came from. Look at the fucking Adam Coles and the fucking Davey and Eddies that are possibly going to get signed by WWE. But I mean, so much talent. PWG, Brian Cage that you shit down the fucking toilet. I don't know what the fuck you're thinking there, but I mean, there's so many
on that Brian Cage thing, it's probably failed drug test.
He might. Okay, I mean, I can see.
And I can see that too, but Jeff Hardy.
Exactly. I mean, it's just like.
Do I have to bring Victor Road up again?
No, we don't. It's gonna be bad news bears down here if we bring that up.
Bad news bears.
Hashtag
Good
that.
movie.
So yeah, just go back to what you used to do as a company and go start looking down and independently.
If you're gonna cut budgets, bring the 6-sided ring back. Bring something unique. Okay, we know you need to cut budgets with pay-per-view, but if you're gonna have these little shows like in your house pay-per-views, fucking make them worthwhile. And don't fucking. I understand filling my head because you don't want all that shit, but make it worth like. I could actually go buy the DVD instead of buy the pay-per-view.
No.
It makes no sense. And just make it worthwhile. Oh, all women's match. Okay, I don't want to watch that. Like, give me an all X Division match. Give me an all. You try the hardcore match. That didn't do shit. Give me an all titles match. Give me something where it'll catch my eye whenever I'm looking through something to watch on TV, and I want to buy it.
No.
Don't give me this shit. Oh, all hardcore. Hardcore Volume 2.0. No, I'm not gonna watch that. I'm sorry.
They just need to find a stable ground and just be really delicate with how they handle the next 6 months, because I think, and even this next couple months in general, I mean, even over the past couple weeks, there's been tons of talk come up that, where this company is going to be heading. So, I mean, need to be fragile, need to be delicate with how you handle the next, couple months here and get it back on a stable ground. And I really think, having Jeff Jarrett come to more of a leader role of this company would be huge, because I think he is massively important in keeping this company afloat and where it goes into the future. But we are super excited to see what happens with the tournament going on, with AJ going over, traveling, having great matches all over the fucking world, and hopefully him coming back and see what they do with the title there. But some really interesting times coming up here for TNA in the next couple weeks and a couple months ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we're going to be talking about Ring of Honor. Check that video. We're talking about Ring of Honor on a fucking Pro Wrestling Pulse video. It's been a while. Really hasn't been too greatly much going on here.
I just keep hearing negative stuff off these pay-per-view shit.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are kind of just strayed away from those and just waiting for it to come on YouTube or waiting to see what people think of it who were there. Because with this pay-per-view where you're spending, what is the pay-per-view for?
Like $15.
$15, $20. And you see half of it, or you hear half of it, or you don't see all of it because they don't know what they're doing with the... What happened to Go Fight Live? What happened to that?
It never fucked up anytime we got a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten a pay-per-view since fucking... God, I can't even fucking
It's been
remember.
a minute.
Like Final Battle last year, maybe?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Or something like that. It's been a while.
It's because we don't want to watch a half a pay-per-view, get all the excitement of it, and then want to do a review for you guys, but only have half the show to talk about. And then have to read what happened in the rest of it. I'm sorry, I don't feel like doing that.
It's definitely over the past couple of years since you saw that, the key members of Ring of Honor leave, the Danielsons, the Punks, those kind of guys. Nigel's not able to wrestle anymore. Those kind of guys kind of go to the way of Heroes and the Kings of Wrestling, those kind of guys. It just lost its buzz. Ring of Honor always has had a feel to it where it just feels special and it feels different and it just feels like something that just captivates you and you have to watch. Right now it doesn't. Ever since Cornette came in, which there's things that Cornette have done that's been great, but there's just been so many more that have just not.
Kind of realized past his time.
Yeah, it's not 1985, okay? It's not Smoky fucking Mountain, dude.
He's just kind of just holding on and just seeing where this takes him. It's another company that kind of scares me too.
Yeah. And it's just kind of went to the wayside once they started doing stuff there. I mean, Steen was on fire. That kind of lost its luster. And then they just kind of went into a lull and really didn't do much. They had the Briscoes and doing their kind of stuff. And Jay won the title, which was great to see. That was a cool moment. Definitely deserving of that. But then it just went for like a period of like 6 months where it's just like, who cares? Like, and nobody, it's all over the internet. Nobody gives a shit about Ring of Honor right now. Like, nobody fucking cares. Like, you don't see anybody hyped for a show. Like, there was a show like a couple weeks ago I didn't even know about. And it just went by. I was like, oh shit. Like, oh, all right. Like, it's just kind of one of those things. It's like, there's been some good matches on TV, but it's just that fucking delay that you have. It's like fucking, it seems like a 3-month delay on TV compared to what's going on live, time and stuff. So it's like, after HDNet was so much more on top of it because they showed highlights of like what happened that weekend or something like that. Now it's just they're showing replays of fucking shit when El Generico was on there. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, exactly. So there was a time period there where it was just kind of a lull. Now I think there's a shining bright light that could possibly turn some things around, and that bright light is Adam Cole. And I think, and somebody that we have talked about and I have been a huge fan of and a giant fucking mark for a very long time, which is Adam Cole. I just think he could be the future of this fucking company. I just think he could be the future of the fucking business, honestly. I mean, if he gets, every advantage that a guy like a CM Punk or Dana Bryan could get, I think he could fucking shine as a motherfucker out there in that spotlight. He has every tool that you need, the in-ring ability, the promo skills, being able to play any different character, heel, face. He's got a great look. He's got that kind of young Shawn Michaels look to him. Not saying in-ring, just slow it down there. Just saying he's got the look of that. And as far as just somebody that can get over with fans and or with like women fans and kids and stuff like that, and get over with us because of his in-ring ability and his ability to play an amazing heel, which he's doing right now. And as soon as he won the title and they flipped this, I'm thinking they need to have him come out there in a fucking suit, be that young cocky heel, get a cool song on him, and that's everything they did. Me and Quaddy were actually sitting down here, I think before football one Sunday. I watched, obviously, Saturday. They have it on 11 or whatever. Came out, he's got that slow fucking cool hip sounding new fucking song or whatever that works for that young kind of heel. Came out with that suit and jacket and everything with the title underneath, and I'm like, that's it right there. That's fucking it. That's what you need to do.
It's smart to catch on to something that's hip and young.
Yeah.
Like when like Jamin said with the whole Steen thing, that was fun when it was around, and then he kind of got out of shape, and then he kind of just had to go all hardcore matches. That's fine. Steen's one of those wrestlers.
We still love Steen. We'll always love Steen.
No matter what, we're going to love Steen. And then you had the Elgins and all that. Okay, that's fine. And then when Briscoe won it, that was a smart move they've done. Just kind of give it to a guy that's been there for a while. Let him bring up Adam Cole. And when Adam Cole won it, we're just like, oh, we're going to go this way. Okay.
Yeah.
That works. Because we, like Jamin said, we've been fans of Adam Cole since the beginning. Kyle O'Reilly's another one we've kind of fell off.
Good worker.
Kind of fell off the wire with that, but. And like Jamin said, with all these guys going away, like Wolves maybe going to WWE, we have Generico somewhere, and we know where Generico is, but we have like the Kings of Wrestling buried. We have just guys that are kind of moving on, and then we have these guys that are just like there, just like that 6 months was just like, what are we watching? Why is Rhino still wrestling? Like, come on now, we have what? We're gonna see what match? No.
Yeah.
It's just like guys are like, okay, go out there and wrestle, have fun, but nobody wants to see it. And this is another company that kind of, like I said, it's going to scare me in the next couple of months because they have a lot to show. And if they want people to start, like, going the... Like, I hear, like, they pretty much give away tickets for, like, live events. And that's not what you want to do. Like, I understand, like, a house show here and there, but not every one. Not where, like, half the gym fills up. Okay. When we went to multiple shows, it was fucking balls to the wall packed.
Yeah.
Because there was excitement, because you didn't know what was going to happen. But now we're fucking 3 months behind on TV, and then we don't know what we're going to do tomorrow.
The streams suck on the pay-per-view, so nobody can even see what the fuck's
nobody
going to happen.
And then we have Cornette playing tennis with his tennis racket, not knowing what we're going to do next. Okay, we kind of just need a change of guard in this one, it seems like. We have all these young guys, and nobody really to take the reins and lead them. We have Steen back there. We have
Roderick Strong.
Strong kind of buried. We have Cole with the title, and then we have the Briscoes. That's really kind of all the veterans there are because the Wolves are kind of
lethal.
Lethal's another one.
Yeah.
Homicide's there, and just we have some of these guys that can help guys get their like feet on the ground and kind of get themselves going in the company. But then we have some of these guys that are just like being forced to do stuff that really wouldn't make any sense. Or like I'm a big fan of Mount Rushmore. That
God.
faction. I don't know if it's PWG or Ring of Honor.
PWG.
But that's what they need to do. They need to get a bunch of young guys together. Like kind of what they do at Nexus. I hate bringing it up again. But kind of what they do with Nexus. Get a group of guys together and just let them run. And just see how they do. Like the group they have, the Young Bucks, there's Steen, and then they have Cole. That's probably the hot three right now.
Yeah.
Hot three faction, or hot three people right now. And just see what they do. Let them go back and forth to PWG and Ring of Honor.
That'd be cool.
Because then you can have, like, guys bounce back and forth. And that's what you kind of need to do. You need to get with one of these indie group, Ring of Honor does, and get with one of them, like PWG or Noah or Japan group or Mexico, and just kind of see how it would go if you use guys on both sides, like a WWE does with Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
Kind of put your rosters together. Because then more people would be like, guys who watch PWG, oh, this Ring of Honor is good. Who's this Jay Lethal? Who's this Homicide? Who are these guys? They're kind of like subpar names that you kind of know but you really don't know. And you see how it goes with both companies. And you can have bigger factions or bigger feuds and bigger group, bigger matches. And your pay-per-views can be actually worthwhile.
Yeah.
But whenever you have this shit where it's like, oh, crap. Oh, we apologize for your delay. No, you know. Because if you really apologize for your pay-per-view sucking dong, both quality and fucking stream, you would go back to what worked before and wouldn't have changed. But whenever you want to say that bottom dollar and you want to make that a little more an extra penny for your bank account, you do the cheap shit.
Yeah. And I think that's true. Definitely revitalizing and trying to revamping what they're doing here because they've kind of just been in a standstill with what they've been doing. And
Did you shit your pants again, bro?
No, did I? I don't think I did.
Yeah.
It's probably lingering still. But as he's saying with people departing, and I think the last thing we'll get to here, which we have to mention Mount Rushmore. That's fucking genius. You have to go check those fucking promos out. They don't give a shit, and it's just so fucking hilarious. And Adam Cole, the hottest commodity on the indie scene right now, PWG and Ring of Honor World Champion, so they have like attaching on to what the hottest thing going right now. And their fucking promos are hilarious. Just Steen in the background, just fuck you, suck our dicks, fuck you. Like just doesn't even say any coherent thing. He's just yelling shit and like. Just Young Bucks are acting like dipshit. That's fucking great. But the last big thing is definitely something that could really hurt Ring of Honor, really just taking their backbone out besides the Briscoes, but would be the American Wolves heading to WWE, which is a huge talk right now. I know Davey cut a promo over in, I think, England or something saying he doesn't know if he's going to be back. That's small promotion that he was wrestling there. He's going to be back there anytime soon with what's going on with Eddie and stuff like that, kind of hinting at a possible departure from the indie scene, from Ring of Honor, stuff like that, and possibly getting signed by WWE. We'd be all for that. I know Triple H's big thing is he wants to revitalize the tag division. The best thing to do is go sign the American Wolves.
But then, okay, if we're going to cover this WWE, and I'll just wait for WWE.
Okay. And that's the other thing. I mean, you already have the Kings of Wrestling signed. You don't want to put them together and make them because they're the best tag team when they fucking go too. But getting those workers like that.
Or shit.
Yeah, getting a Davey Richards, getting an Eddie Edwards, getting those workers in your company like that. It's been a proven fact with what's happened when you bring in those kind of workers like that who aren't the big, bulky, fucking 300-pound, 6 foot fucking 5 dudes, but they're dudes that get in there and entertain as fucking nobody else can with professional wrestling in-ring quality. That's what Dan O'Brien does. That's what CM Punk does. And when you throw him in there with a guy that's the 6'5" huge motherfucker like a John Cena or something like that, you throw a worker in there with that and the bigness of that, we've seen what that delivers. It delivers greatness every time with Punk, with Bryan. It's the same with Davey and Eddie. I mean, that's what they do. They provide quality every single time they're out there, and they're just without a doubt one of the best tag teams of all time. So bring that aspect into a tag division if you want to throw them in there and keep them together and do something like that, which obviously is a smart thing to do to start out with. Would be fucking awesome. So seeing that would be huge for WWE, but would be fucking a massive fucking cut.
That'd be a massive kick in the testicles.
Yeah, I mean,
because that's like literally taking like two of the most well-known indie guys, well-known around the world guys that could go with anybody and make any match worthwhile, and with this is gonna sound really no homo, go with each other and just pretty much produce a 5-star match
every time, basically. Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if they're facing a tree or fucking Adam Cole or one of those guys. It literally they can go and they can produce, and that's what WWE realizes. But whenever Ring of Honor kind of wasn't using them properly, like it just seemed like they were wrestling like no names or guys. They kind of just like washed up guys. And I'm hoping when they go to WWE, they get used properly and don't just get pushed on the fucking rug. Because if they do, they could just stay in Ring of Honor, stay on top of the world independent scene, but not got that bottom dollar. That's what everybody seems like.
Well, that's the thing with like the Ring of Honor guys. I'll show you. I'm using it's like a diagram, Venn diagram here. What on pit stands or shit. It's like when the Wolves and the Kings of Wrestling, they're on top of the world indie scene. But when you go to WWE's pond, you get thrown down here, and it's like so much fucking talent here, and it's so detrimental to lose a fucking that big of talent because they're on top of your company, they're on top of the world. There, you cut that out, and you're stuck down here, and then they go get shit on over here, and nothing works.
It's kind of what happened with Daniel Bryan because when he came to WWE, everybody just shit on him because he's the fucking in the shadow of the Miz, and then he just fucking fought his ass. Same thing with CM Punk.
Yeah.
They both came in, they're like, oh, Ring of Honor, who the hell are these guys? Oh, look, Money in the Bank. Oh, look, U.S. title. Oh, look, here we go. Now Daniel Bryan is one of the hottest things in WWE right now, in professional wrestling. Yep. Same thing with CM Punk. But if you have to start from the bottom, and I agree with J-Man on this to a point, but then there's something else where you have guys that just bounce from company to company, like a Hulk Hogan, or guys that are just washed up, and they just go because of their name. I don't want to see that. I want to see some guy that's fucking on the bottom, like a fucking Cassius Ohno or a Antonio Cesaro. A guy that can fucking work instead of some no-name Hulk Hogan for fucking some no-name fucking Bully Ray. I don't want to see that. I'd rather see fucking two guys that could work their ass off. They work their ass off to get to where they are instead of watching two guys just handing a fucking world title.
Yeah.
I'd rather get to see the guy that fucking gonna work their ass off for 45 minutes than watch that for fucking 10.
Because they have the passion. Because they're the guys that had to work and scratch and fucking call.
And they know, and those are the guys that know they're fans and know who's gonna be out there no matter what. These guys, they fucking 2 million fans are gonna view them. Who gives a shit? Yeah. You know, guys who worked their ass off had matches in gyms where there's only 150 people. And they fucking just work their ass off to the 2 million people.
Yeah. And that's what you get. You get people that are handed all that shit like Cardi was talking about. They're not going to work as hard because they get handled that shit all the time. So you get the guys that have to scratch and call, the Bryans, the Punks, the Cesaros, the Heroes, all those kind of guys. They have to scratch and claw to get to the spots they're at, and once they get there, they're going to continue working their ass off because they're still the underdogs. They're still the guys that have to work their ass off. They're going to be like that their whole career.
They're still the guys that nobody believes in.
Yep.
Like right now, Daniel Bryan, nobody thinks he's going to have the title.
You would talk to any regular WWE fan, like, oh, yeah, the fucking midget, whatever. Yeah,
he's a go.
He's really quick. He's small.
Yeah, see, fans like me, J-Man, myself, Robert, Kristen, BJJ, fucking guys that Seen him from day one. Guys, I could go home and watch a Ring of Honor DVD of Daniel Bryan and still be in shock at some of the shit that I saw.
Yep.
Where he literally wrestled with one eye. Yeah. Where he wrestled with a partially separated shoulder. Name a fucking WWE guy that would do that. Oh, John Cena's a fucking hero. Because he came back from his fucking testicle being removed. But, motherfucker, we don't get to see Daniel Bryan fucking have the world title or WWE title. Because that's not what's best for business. Wait for that rage.
Speaking of what's best for business, the Pro Wrestling Pulse is now going to talk about World Wrestling Entertainment. Obviously, we're saving the big one for last year.
Say the biggest hunk of shit right now for last.
The biggest hunk of confusion right now. Just what the fuck?
It's like they're walking around with fucking blinders, not knowing where the fuck to go.
As we said in our muted Hell in a Cell review, after Hell in a Cell, we're just hard fucking pressed to think of a time when you had a string of pay-per-views as bad as we've gotten in like the last 3 shows. Battleground, Hell in a Cell, and Night of Champions. I cannot fucking imagine anything in the last...
I can't imagine
I don't even know how many
forward.
fucking years. Yeah, and going forward, which is even scarier because you have those 3 leading into one of your biggest pay-per-views of the year in Survivor Series. It's like, where the fuck are you going right now? You have no idea what you're doing with the angle. You got... this main event angle, you got fucking Kane coming out looking like he's selling fucking mortgage to people or doing fucking your loan or something. I don't even know what the fuck he looks like. It looked like he's running for president.
What happened to fucking with Kane and fucking Bray Wyatt? What happened to that feud? Bray Wyatt took him out at fucking... What show was that? That was... SummerSlam. That looked like a good fucking thing going on. Oh,
no,
Kane.
Instead we'll just, continue this Corporation 2.0 random fucking looks retarded.
Hemsley, Big Show, Shield.
God. Let's talk about the Big Show. You want to? Why the fuck is he in the main event of Survivor Series? Let's talk about that.
You really want to know? I think he's about done. And like we've said for the past 4 times, he got a fucking push. Why the fuck we carry him? We understand he's a giant. We understand. I'm just kind of getting like... When after this all happened, J-Man was fucking on cloud 9 because he called it.
Did.
But now it's really like, why are we still doing this? Like, give us something... Okay, Big Show's gonna be... What? Why? No? Okay, Vince McMahon, where are you? I hate to say this. How about we do something with Vince part of this?
We'll see it eventually.
I think that's what it's gonna come down to, and I think that's what's gonna end up happening here in the future after the first year around, after the Chamber. I think that's what's gonna end up coming down to is something with McMahon versus that, and just how they're forcing us to watch this shit, and it's really not worthwhile.
Well, it's set up. I mean, it's set up the right way because you have obviously the corporate side of things with Tripp and Steph, and you have Randy, the head of it. Obviously, the corporation thing they're fucking doing there, throwing Kane in there with his fucking suit. Who knows what the fuck they're doing with that? The Shield, which the Shield works great, and that aspect is kind of the bullies and the fucking bodyguards for everything.
Hey,
we don't bully.
Hey, Richie Incognito, we don't bully here.
Whoa, too soon, you psycho fuck. You need to fucking be working at McDonald's or something.
I don't even think they accept those bullies there.
Probably not. I mean, it's set up right. I mean, it's... But you're just executing it with the wrong people. Like, Big Show is not the guy to be fucking going up against. This is like a perfect thing for... it was a perfect thing for Bryan, but it just was fucking weird at the time. It's a perfect thing for like a CM Punk. Just that anti-establishment type person. Big Show's not. Big Show's been company through and through his entire fucking career.
See, like, if you're gonna do something against a corporation, you have to have somebody else behind. You can't just have a Daniel Bryan. You have a CM Punk, but you have to have like a Vince behind him. You have to have like a Stone Cold or a Shawn Michaels or somebody that's gonna go head to head against Tripp.
Shane
McMahon, fucking Linda McMahon.
Yeah.
Give us something worthwhile. Don't give us fucking Daniel Bryan. I understand why they're trying to do this. They're trying to push Daniel Bryan to the movement, and I'm glad they're doing this. And like I said about the whole Ring of Honor coming in WWE, Daniel Bryan worked his ass off. That's why I give him credit for doing what he's doing. But don't... I understand world title and all that. WWE trying to get the corporation again and all that. But you have to have something against the corporation. You can't just have the corporation running rampage against us and nothing against... Who faced the corporation the first time?
I guess Austin.
There you go.
I mean, it just doesn't work. I mean, Big Show looks like he should be a part of Triple H's side, and then they're doing all this shit where they're trying to say he's fucking lost his house, blah blah blah. Nobody fucking cares. No one cares about this. No one believes it unless you're a fucking idiot, which most people probably do believe it because they're fucking idiots. But
I understand making a storyline worthwhile and interesting and trying to get the people to feel sorry for Big Show so we continue watching. I'm sorry, to be honest with you. You know how much of Raw I watch? I watch Raw until the Ryback Great Khali match. On a Raw.
That about explains it right there.
If you have a fucking Raw match with Great Khali and Ryback on it, no, I'm sorry, I'm done. I'm getting to the point where it's the same stuff over. It's like we're treading water. We're not making any headway. We're not losing any ground. It's the same thing over and over.
And it's been like that since SummerSlam.
We had John Cena win the title. Whoop-de-doo. We all knew that was coming. He's going to face Del Rio. Okay, that's cool. IC titles on Purple Asshole that nobody really cares about. US titles on the Shield, which everybody sees with the Helmsley whatever we're watching. And then we have the WWE on Randy Orton right now. And then the Divas title is...
AJ.
Exactly. And then we have the tag titles, which is interesting with Goldust and Rhodes. That's actually worthwhile to watch. See how long that's going to last before that blows up. And then we just have these guys sitting in the back that are worthwhile. And then we keep seeing the Los Moderate bullshit. And we see Ron Killings and fucking... I don't know why.
Tyson Kidd? Tyson Kidd was on Raw.
Yeah, I saw that.
Tyson Kidd, guess who's on main event? Hunico and Camacho were on main event. I was like, wow, really? No shit. Saw that. That was interesting.
Okay.
Tyson Kidd looks like a fucking monster, though, I'll tell you that. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt.
He's probably been pumping a bunch of iron.
He looks like it. Pumping some iron or fucking
Natalia.
Pumping some Natalia. Good.
But see, like...
Total Divas coming back this Sunday. Checking that
out? There's so many ways you could do this, but whenever you have guys, just like I said about the Ring of Honor guys, or whenever WWE, it kind of just hands things to guys that just because of their last name, like Curtis Axel. Like, I understand you're Mr. Perfect's son, and Mr. Perfect was a good wrestler back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And then his grandpa was an okay wrestler. That's fine. Actually, I have no idea who his grandpa was, but...
Larry the Axe Hennig.
Whatever.
That's where he gets the axe from.
Whatever floats his boat. But we have that, and it's just like, okay, the IC title was a workhorse title. Then you have him with Paul Heyman, where Paul Heyman kind of just disappeared, which kind of is good.
Stupid move, though.
Stupid move, but he always has the right brain power and mind to make something worthwhile.
Yeah.
If, like, you looked at any of the ECW stuff, that was all Paul Heyman. And a lot of the stuff with Paul Heyman and Punk, that'd be good right now. That would be something against Corporation right there. Make fucking CM Punk and Paul Heyman versus Corporation.
Yeah.
You know how crazy that would be? And then Paul Heyman be like in control of SmackDown, and you have the Corporation in charge of Raw.
Well,
where you could make it work, where you have like the Survivor Series, where it used to be SmackDown versus Raw. Now fucking everybody's in a fucking blender. We're just mixing everything up.
Yeah. I think a good idea is something like we talked about when they went back and signed guys like Hero and stuff like that, is because you have the setup right now with who they want as champion, the corporate fucking,
stooge.
Fucking, I'm trying to think of the word, I don't even know, but like molded wrestler and a Randy Orton, which we love Randy Orton, and he's perfect for that, role with Triple H, the history he has, everything like that, Steph behind him, all the Shield, Jesus, hashtag fucking damn sneezels, and the Shield behind it as a bodyguard type thing. Be a perfect time to form some new age fucking faction with guys who have never been corporate, who have always had to scratch and claw and work their asses off. You already have a setup with Punk and Bryan, which would be perfect heads of it, but then you could, bring in some new guys that, you could say, you wanted to shove them down in developmental, when they don't need to fucking develop jack shit.
Maybe if you bring Davey and Eddie in, you could do that.
Yeah, bring that in. You could bring, Hero in. You put, Cesaro in there, Richie Steamboat, something like that. You could have just a young type, uprising or something like that to go up against this corporate kind of setup they have here, which would be right. A Big Show, a 40-something-year-old fucking can't walk anymore going up against this, saying they're buying his house and shit, and everybody's all cheering for the Big Show like he's the hottest shit in wrestling. Like, no, he's not. He should have retired like 5 fucking years ago. Like, no one fucking cares. Like, the Bryan thing was cool until you just fucked him over and you didn't let him run with the title and you just basically wasted his time for 3 months. It's like, It just seems like there's a lot better, and we don't want to sit here and play, fucking armchair booker or anything here. But I mean, it's like there's just so much better routes you can.
I don't know if there's politics in the back going on or what the fuck's going on, but it seems like we're getting Big Show shoved down our throats, and we have to accept it, or we're not going to be happy. And like Jamin said, he's kind of past his prime. I understand he sells all the T-shirts. He makes everybody, hey, high five, how you doing?
He's a good commodity to your roster.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's a good guy to have to bring up the rookies and bring up
guys.
Not
here. Just not here.
Not in the world title. Like, he's a good guy to have on a house show, or bring up good guy, or bring up, like...
Those shitty commercials where you have somebody go to a library and read to kids during the day before the show. There you go.
One of those faces of the company, not faces of the company, one of those guys that everybody knows who he is, and everybody... He's a good guy. He's a good wrestler. He's done his time, and he's done pretty good. But I don't know why we're here in 2013 still dealing with the Big Show. Like, I don't know if it's because he kissed somebody's ass, he sucked somebody's dick, he ate some pussy really well, or what. But it's kind of getting to the point where...
Sucking on your titties.
Where, who the fuck are you?
Hey, who the fuck are you?
It's kind of getting to the point where why do we want to buy Survivor Series? What's going to make us...
CM Punk and Daniel Bryan are tag teaming?
There you go.
That sounded gay. Or teaming.
Tag teaming, Bellows. Whatever. But that's the only thing that's going to... What's going to make us want to watch Raw anymore? There's football on right now. I can watch that. There's hockey back. There's basketball back. What's going to draw my interest from those sporting events to a Raw? Not a fucking Great Khali fucking Ryback match. Not a fucking whatever we just watched. Usos and fucking R-Truth versus 3MB, which Drew McIntyre should have been. There's somebody that got buried. Where the fuck have you been?
Where the fuck are you?
But it just kind of gets to the point where, okay, we have all this great talent just sitting on their asses, and then we still see the fucking... What is it, fucking... Lord Tonsay or bullshit? Tonsack or whatever the fuck.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Lord Tonsay and, what's his call it? What's his name?
Oh, Brodus Clay.
Why are we still
Tonsay?
dealing... I don't know.
Who the fuck is Tonsay? Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you? Why are we still dealing with that and the fucking Bella... What are the fuck...
Fucking dick shits.
What are the...
Fucking dick shits?
Yeah, is that just because they're fucking total divas? Is that the only reason why they're still having a
Do you want to talk
job?
about something good here? Let's talk about some early WrestleMania talk. You want to do that? Let's just calm you down. We won't talk about the shit anymore, because why the fuck are we going to talk about shit? We'll talk about what we're going to be going to come April 2014 in New Orleans, Louisiana, which will be WrestleMania 30. We'll be attending that. Fajas thought the tickets went on sale this Saturday. Who knows when this video will go up. It goes on sale the 16th. So we're talking the Saturday before that, which is technically tomorrow. We're in our time. We're in the future. Past. Wait, where are we?
Hey, we're Ring of Honor. We're going to film this 3 years.
Days of Futures Past. Hashtag X-Men.
No idea what the fuck he said.
I do. I can't wait. Yeah, we'll talk about some early WrestleMania talk. There's a lot of...
hold on. Before we start any good stuff, we're going to have to take the shit out.
Let's take the shit out.
Hogan.
Don't even talk about it. Just don't. No, just no.
Sting.
Maybe I'll get to that.
I'm gonna have chili for that.
Okay, I'll get to that in a second.
But Hogan,
Sting 2013 or Sting like 98, that'd have been badass.
Yeah. Oh, if Hogan wrestles, I swear to God, I'm gonna literally take a shit right underneath our chair.
Probably. They just shit on him.
Or I'm gonna
just shit on Robert's chair and then he sit.
Or it's gonna be one of those matches where you're at WrestleMania, you're just gonna go just take a walk.
Yeah, maybe. Just go look around. You know, just gaze. I was at WrestleMania 25. I gazed a couple times. Just, wow, this is amazing.
What match
during Rey Mysterio beating JBL in 10 seconds when I was putting away my signs and I missed the match. During John Cena winning another world title, I probably was just gazing around. Oh, he's beating Edge for the title. That's wonderful. Let's just gaze because I don't want to fucking watch this shit.
Let's just look at the people. Howdy doody.
So we had a lot of discussions here. There's a lot of big talk. I know one of the big ones that has been going around with obviously Triple H and doing this whole corporate thing and control the company shit. They're talking about having something go up against Tripp, and they're talking about possibly getting Stone Cold for that, possibly being the guy that Vince brings in, the authoritative figure, and doing that kind of shit.
Oh God, I hope it's not Vince and Tripp. Oh God.
I think Vince, bringing in Austin with the history they have there, I think that would be something intriguing to see. They'll probably have a power struggle. Tripp takes control of everything. And Vince's like, this is my fucking company. Here's Austin to wrestle you. That would be fucking awesome to see that. Anything with Austin we could get at WrestleMania 30 would be awesome if we, get that dream match with Punk.
Anything with Taker.
Taker's a huge one, obviously. That's a really big one. They're talking about if they can't get some big names like Austin's or Rock's to get there. They're talking about possibly having the Undertaker's last match be at this WrestleMania. I know one that everybody's talked about, we've talked about, is having that match with John Cena at WrestleMania. I think it would be a great match. I think there are some other things that I probably want to see, but that would be some damn good stuff. The other word is possibly Sting's contract in TNA is going to be coming up soon. WWE is said to be super fucking interested in trying to get him to come in for a WrestleMania matchup with The Undertaker. That is one of my dream matches. I would love to see that. Would have loved to see it in like 90-7.
I would not care right now.
I probably would, just because of the spectacle that it'll be. And they'll have Sting be the legit Sting. He won't be some douchey ass wearing a fucking t-shirt bullshit Sting. They're going to have him be the legit Sting, and he'll probably get into some really good shape going into that because they'll want him to be that. If it's WrestleMania, he'll step up.
One name I don't want to see is Lesnar.
No, they're talking about doing Lesnar and Taker.
Again.
Just the way that Lesnar wrestles now, which isn't wrestling.
What is that? What do you call it, wrestling?
It's like fucking, I don't even know.
MMA slash WWE
fighting,
slash...
I don't know. Slash, it only worked with like one John Cena match and match with Punk.
I'm sorry, CM Punk brought the best to me.
Basically. Don't want to see that. So, I mean, it'll be super interested, obviously, with what's going to be happening with The Undertaker at WrestleMania time.
That's what I think of the whole Lesnar, just caca.
Good one. Some smaller stuff. They're talking about, obviously, Goldust turning on Cody around Royal Rumble time and setting up a match with Cody and Goldust. I think if they really went into the deep, like, kind of dark backstory of the Rhodes family there with Goldust. I think if Goldust dropped the Goldust character and just was Dustin Rhodes and just went that would be some great stuff because they could tell a great story there and it's so natural. I mean, Cody's...
Goldust is one of those veterans that him, William Regal, guys in WWE that can come back right now.
Still work.
Yeah,
great, yeah.
Like, they're not one of these washed-up guys that were just kind of forced to watch, like, the Bullet Rays and shit like that in TNA or, like, the fucking... Hulk Hogan's, guys like that we don't want to see. William Regal probably can still go.
Oh.
Goldust can still go.
Yeah.
We have other guys back there that could probably still go. Finley could probably still go.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, that whole Rhodes thing, and they could bring probably Dusty, the father, into it too. That would be really interesting.
Yeah, she could have him ref that or something. I mean, that would be some great stuff. But, yeah, I mean, just steps so perfectly. Cody being the golden child and, has all the looks and has always had that, a lot of stuff working for his advantage and Dustin, all his dark, the side of things that's always been kind of against his father and then made up with him and all this kind of stuff. They could build into that just beautifully. I think that would be a really, high-profile mid-card match that they could shove in there. There was talk...
Hall of Fame would be interesting, too. That's another one.
Hall of Fame would be interesting, especially if they get guys like Sting, if they want to maybe throw them in there, maybe they were talking, I know it was the one they were talking about, Lita, I think was a lot of talk about that. Warrior and Savage, which if they get Hogan, that'll be a guarantee. If they get one of those two, they'll probably induct both of them. With obviously Warrior doing the commercials for the new WWE game, so
Paul Bearer will be in that one.
Yeah, maybe Paul Bearer could see that. That'd be a cool kind of city to do it in New Orleans, the voodoo type thing. So Paul Bearer, that'd be a cool one to see. There's a lot of talk about Royal Rumble. It's gonna be going down there. There's word right now, early word that. CM Punk could possibly be winning that, and they said they're trying to build a match with CM Punk and Randy Orton for the championship at WrestleMania. No problem with that. Go ahead and book that now. We're good to go. Especially a more high profile than the match at WrestleMania 27, which that should have been Punk and Cena's main event match, but got Punk and Randy that one, which still delivered, and it would deliver again on the stage of WrestleMania, especially the championship there, which will kind of be tossed to the side a little bit. I think if that ends up going down, if you have a higher profile match with a Trip, if you have a high profile Undertaker match, some bullshit with John Cena probably going down, it'll probably get thrown to the wayside.
I just hope we don't see John Cena rock for the third time.
Oh, sweet fucking Jesus. You want to talk about bathroom break?
You want to talk about leaving early?
Yeah, you want to talk about going to look at the merchandise? Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of work going on right now.
Talk about getting that girl's number you've been staring at.
We get thrown in and out and thrown up and down and to the side with how many different things can be going on. WrestleMania, everything gets topsy-turvy.
About.
It gets fucking crazy and shit. So it'll definitely be an interesting time period coming up here. In the next couple of months, getting to that road to WrestleMania time, beginning of the year, Royal Rumble, we're going to be jacked as all get out, obviously. We'll have our tickets in hand. We already have the fucking hotel rooms booked down there, so you'll be getting a shit ton of coverage down there with some random ass shit, probably.
Hopefully.
If we could get our microphones to work.
I just really wanted to put a videotape in the car ride with me, you, and Robert for 10 hours.
That's
That's
scary, to say the least. Me and Robert somehow made it 15 hours to use some Texas.
I'm gonna have to bring like a phone charger where
if you guys could believe that.
No, that's just gonna be interesting with me and you in the backseat. And BJ up there.
Nigga. Oh shit! Sorry, Billy. I didn't say that.
What'd you say?
Sorry, I love you guys. I think we've wasted enough time here.
I think we covered a lot of shit.
I think we did. So hopefully
if you have any comments,
if you guys have any more things you want to talk about, throw it down there. I'm sure we'll talk about it somewhere. Hopefully we've fulfilled your needs for current day wrestling because we pretty much gave it all to you.
This is what, about 2 days worth of conversation, me and Jamin?
Basically, we just sit down and talk about this shit. We'll figure it out. Yeah, a lot of...
Oh yeah, one thing.
Okay.
I got one more thing about WWE. And I don't know if many people have read this article. There's WWE, if you may see, they don't use the whole arena sometimes. And I understand WWE is kind of in a time where people aren't going to the show and the financial state, kind of people don't want to buy it. Supposedly there's a guy, and I guess it's past Raw, had tickets on Lower Bowl where people, and then like really good seats, spent a good chunk of change, and WWE cut his seats out. How bullshit is that? How pissed would you be?
I'd be pissed.
Like, I understand WWE wants everything to look full, kind of like TNA did at our show. But where they made him split up with friends and they all just left, I'd be fucking heated.
Yeah.
So WWE and TNA and Ring of Honor is kind of wake call all you. You guys gotta get your heads on straight. You have a lot of questions to be answered, and it's November 8th. So happy anniversary to Quaddy's parents.
There you go.
Hey, there we go. I did it. But you have a lot of questions to be answered before the first of the year, and some of your TNA and Ring of Honor, your company may just be going under next year about this time. If you're continuing on the same road. In WWE, you may be getting to the point where you're starting to get your head out of your ass and realizing that talent sells, not just wrestling.
No.
Or talent sells, not just names.
Exactly. Definitely going to be a crucial time period coming up here in the next couple months. Some drastic times for TNA, some times so hopefully they don't get their legs cut out from under them from Ring of Honor, and sometimes where, as Quaddy said, WWE just get their fucking head out of their ass and get level-headed here and start to figure shit out.
Quit sucking the dick and eating the pussy. Get to work and get shit done.
Eating pussy, sucking dick, and kicking ass. Good.
Fuck you!
We're going to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I don't know when the next time you're going to see us. I guess probably Survivor Series. Yes. Hopefully we'll have our shit working by then.
We may have a video in between.
We should.
Just continue watching.
Just keep tuned. We'll always pull the cat out of the bag. We'll always pull some shit tricks on for...
If me and Jamin are sitting around
yeah, we'll get the fuck out of here now. This will now wrap up our Pulse Topic show from our partner Quaddy. I am J-Man, and thank you for watching another edition of Pro Wrestling Pulse. Professional Wrestling Pulse.